Right, so are you looking for a powerful, private and easy to use storage? Meet the UGREEN NAS, the DXP 4800 Plus, the NAS with the best processor at this price point. Yes. For the amount of money it costs, you are getting a very good package. So, in this video, we'll show you just how simple setup is, how fast you can store and access your files, and how AI smart features help organise your digital life, all while keeping your data private. So, no need to use the cloud. This, the UGREEN NAS DXP 4800 Plus, isn't just storage, it's speed, security and smart innovation in one powerful package. Plus, with the UGOS, UGREEN's optimised operating system, managing your data has never been easier. So for clarification, what we are doing in this video is an unboxing. We are going to see how easy it is to set up, including how easy it is to install hard drives or take hard drives out. We will also be doing a performance test, i.e. how fast you can upload to this compared with the cloud. Yes, makes sense? So if you use the cloud, you might find it's better to use this, or maybe even both. But we are going to be seeing which is faster, and I think this will win. So let me quickly tell you about the actual processor. So it's a powerful 5-core Intel processor, full-featured and easy-to-use Docker, easy multi-virtual machine hosting, smart photo album organizer, uses AI technology to work out whether it's a picture, video or just music. Home multimedia entertainment system, say for instance you've got all your videos on there and you want to be able to find them, it should be very easy to find all your videos. I will be uploading my videos from my other storage onto this and see how well it organises it all. Safeguard your critical data, high performance exclusive operating system, synchronization and backup. Now that is very important, backup. So say for instance you want to back up everything from your phone, yeah? You can do that straight onto here and you'll have a copy of it. Perfect. So let's have a quick look around. I don't think there's anything else. No, it just says UGREEN and NAS sync, deep, blah blah blah, network attached storage, and some information on the side, which is probably health and safety. Yeah, battery warning, and that's about it. Comes in a nice little handle, by the way. Oh, it came in 3 boxes as well. Just thought I'd point that out. So let's get this one undone, shall we, and see what you actually get for your money. Let me go through all the accessories and then we'll talk about the actual unit itself. So, comes with instructions. It also comes with a 2-year warranty. Very nice, nice idea. Comes with a UK plug for the UK market and a power brick. This little unit, so keeps the heat away from the actual unit, which I thought was a good idea actually. So you've got plug, power bank, plugs into your actual NAS and keeps the heat away, like I said, because it will get warm. Also comes with 2 Ethernet cables, as you can see. Very nice, and they look like gold plated. Nice little touch. Comes with a selection of screws, and I'm guessing they are for the hard drives, in case you want to screw them into the actual casings, which is, again, a good idea. Some people may just leave them in there, but some people might want to screw them down. So I'll put them to one side for now, so we don't lose them. It comes with a, well, it looks like a battery. It comes with some sort of device, and I'm thinking that might be for pushing in a memory card or something like that. And there's 2 of them, looking at that. So you get 2 of them. I'm not sure what that actually does, but we'll find out. Screwdriver for screwing in the actual hard drives, if, like I said, if you want to screw them in. And 2 heatsink pads. And look at the thickness of them babies. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's definitely 2. Now I'm not sure what they're for, but we will again find out. So let's get these bits out of the way and then we'll quickly go over the actual unit itself, and then I'm going to install the hard drives. So starting from the back, we have a little filter that's magnetic. Now I thought this was quite clever when I see this. So it says UGREEN now. If you turn it over, You can't see it. And I thought, that is really clever. UGREEN? No UGREEN. UGREEN? No UGREEN. Yeah? And that goes on there like that. We have HDMI connection, USB 3.2, two USB 2.0s, network connection, and that one is 2.5, and network 1 is 10 GBS. Reset button and power in. Easy enough to understand. Q code on the bottom, I'm not going to be showing you that, just in case it's just for this device. UGREEN on the side, no filters on the sides I see, or that I can see. It's just the one air filter on the back and none on the sides. Right, hard drives. Right, front. Now, this one has 4 bays, but you can also get a 2 bay one or 4 bay, and I'm guessing in the future they might bring out more, I'm guessing. Don't quote me on that. On off button, we have several lights to display what's going on, you know, which drives are working, you know, and which are not working. We have SD card reader, USB type C connection, and a USB 3 on the front as well. Very nice. And some gold lettering, DXP 4800 Plus. Yes. So far, so good. Right, let's see how easy it is to take out one of these. Oh, that is easy. Like I said, you don't have to screw in an actual drive, you can just connect it in normally, but we will see if we have to screw this one in or not. But normally I just sit in. So that comes out really easy. So that goes like that, it's down. See how easy that is? Right, so I know what this is for now. It's for locking the drives in. See? That's clever. I like that. So you get 2 of these. So these are keys, in case you were wondering. Because I did wonder what those for, didn't I? Yeah, perfect. Voila. Right, so all we need now is some hard drives. So give me a second. These also come from UGREEN. Thank you very much for that as well. And, oh, that's interesting. They look like Western Digitals, and they are Western Digitals. Very nice. 4 terabytes each. So I have 4 terabyte hard drives, 16 terabytes in total, and these are Western Digital Red Plus. So these are perfect, as it says there, for NASs. So it says there, NASware. Perfect. Ideal for putting in something like this. Let me move these out of the way. Let's get this little baby back. I'm going to undo one of these. This one here, number 1 compartment. And see how easy it is to put it in. Now you have to remember this has to go to the back. So it would go something like that. And that would fit in now. I was thinking, how easy is it to put this drive into one of these? Because it's quite a tight fit, and I thought, it's not going to fit. Then I noticed a little press button on the side there. Look there, see that? So you press that down, it pulls out. Just enough for you to get this in and seat it down. So that will go down like that. You move it as far back as you can. And then you push it in. And it's locked in place. Yeah, brilliant. Easy. And now if you wanted to, there's a couple of holes. There's one there, and I believe there's one there in case you want to screw it in as well. But why? Why would you? So, bring this back. Let's do it to all of them, shall we? So you put that in there like that. Make sure it's locked. Next one. Just make sure you put it around the right way. This goes down that way. And voila, 4 hard drives installed. It's getting heavy now. I mean, it wasn't light in the first place, but that's made it really heavy. Do we need to turn it on? I need to read the instructions just to make sure we can just turn her on, or whether there's something else I need to do first. Now, I just found out you can actually set this up without installing the hard drives. Say, for instance, they're on their way, but they're not going to be here for a couple of weeks, whatever. You can set up the software side of it first, so that when you get your hard drives, you can put them in, and it will recognise them and say, oh, right, I can carry on now and do what I need to do. But we've already installed our hard drives, but there are a couple of different options that you can do. One is the size of the hard drives. I've got the 3.5 inch size ones, the big ones, but you can also install 2.5 inch using the little screws that come with it, in case you want to put smaller ones in. Just a thought. And also you can install NVMEs, these little babies, and you can use these for a couple of different reasons. I'm going to be using them just for cache. So the idea behind that is it should, in theory, depending on what you're actually doing, me personally, I like to do video editing, it should in theory help with your video editing, stop it from stuttering. Not that I got any problems with this doing any stuttering whatsoever. You don't need to install these, but as I've got a couple of spare ones anyway, I'm going to be installing them. Now, if you are going to be installing these, I'm sorry if I'm going on, but if you decide you want to install them, I would recommend you buy brand new ones. These are old ones, so I'm not sure how reliable they are going to be, but they are pretty fast. I believe they're around 7,000 read-write speeds, I believe. And when you take these little screws out, make sure you put them somewhere safe, because you can easily lose these little things. They're quite small and not very easy to see. So that is that. So that is your memory, and looking at that, yes, looking at that, it looks like you can upgrade. Something you might want to do in the future, I don't know. I'm going to leave it as it is for that at the moment. Now the M.2s will go in here, like so, one in there, and the other one will go in there. Make sure they got the little slot, otherwise it won't fit, like so. Yeah, easy, yeah? Take them out for a second, because I need to undo these two little screws. They're quite easy to see because they're nice and shiny on my black mat. Now they don't have to be identical M.2, but try and keep them at the same speed, or even faster than the speed that I've got at the moment, because it will run at the slowest speed, if that makes sense. But as far as I can remember, these both run about 7,000 read-write speed each. Push that down, put that in there. That's to do it super tight, just, you know, tight, hand tight, or lightly tight actually. Right, thermal pads. Yes, first one's going on here. Obviously you want to keep it clear of the screw. Well, I hope it's obvious. So that would go something like that. Peel off the bit of plastic on top. And then the second one. Like that. Yeah, does that look good to you? Looks good to me. And then you put the cover back on. Now this is spring loaded on one end, as you can see it's sticking up a little bit. Well, you probably can't see it, but it is. So it's spring loaded on this side. Otherwise you might have difficulty in opening it up, which you know, UGREEN have done a very good job on thinking things through and setting this all up. Job done. That's it. So we've got all the hard drives installed, whether they be for storage or caching. And all we need to do now is plug in an Ethernet cable into the back of this and into my network and give us some power, and we're ready to go. But before we do that, I just want to quickly go through the manual, and yeah, very impressed with that. It's easy to read and easy to follow. I had a quick look and I thought, that's really good. Everything nice and clear, nice big images to show you exactly what's going on and how to do anything. Yeah, well done, UGREEN. Right, let's plug in network, shall we? So you have two options. You can either plug in your Ethernet into the first port, which is the 2.5, or the 10 gigabit one, which is what I'm using because I'm going to be running it at maximum speed, which is the 10 gigabit. And don't forget to plug in your power as well. If you're new to this, I would advise you to download the software, and the software is to make it easy for you to find the actual NAS on the actual network. Yes, there are a couple of different ways. You can either use your Android or Apple device and download from the App Store, or in my case, I actually downloaded it for Windows operating system on my PC. But I also did download it for my Android, just in case I needed it. Right, so we have power, Ethernet and 4 hard drives installed. Let's turn it on and see what happens. And I've already downloaded the software, don't forget. So ideally you would wait till it settled down, so give it like 5 minutes. I'm not sure how long it would take from start up for the first time round. I wouldn't have thought it'd take that long because it doesn't do any configuration, I would have thought, because you need to put that info in the first place, don't you? So nice and quiet, by the way. Fans are not running, or can't feel them. They might be slightly running very lightly. Yeah, it's very quiet. Hopefully it's still working. Right, so I've got the software. Let me bring it over or set it up. Install. 5 solid lights, got 1 flickering and 4 solid. That's good, I think. Right, run this. Now, like I said, you can do this on your phone or tablet, whatever, whether it be an Apple or an Android. You can use the same software, but for this demonstration, and I find it a lot easier anyway, we're doing it on a PC. New device registration. So all it's found it straight away. What a surprise. Register. Now I might blur some of this out because obviously I'm registering a new device. Make sense? So I might have to blur it out. So it's a DXP 4800 Plus minus 595. No idea what the 595 stands for. Let me know in the comments if you do. Right, account name. So we need to set an account up. And we're away. What's this? Oh look, gives you a bit of information. You can see all the installs, to go through it. Control panel, app center, personalized settings. Great, you have learned main features of UGREEN NAS. I did skip it actually, but yeah, there you go. Welcome to Storage Manager. Right, let's see what we can do, which ports we can set up. So we have select hard drive, so 3.6, 3.6, 1.8, that's an M.2, it tells you, another M.2 there. Oh, so they're different sizes, that's not a problem, and then these two here. So these are your 4 Western Digitals, and these are my 2 M.2s. Select RAID format. Now, this is where you've got to be a little bit on the careful side, because you can't change it once you set it up. Right, so we want that one, that one, that one, and that one. So select your 4. You can select your M.2s as well, but we don't want them. Now we need to select which RAID, yes. Now I would recommend for this, bearing in mind there is 4 hard drives installed, that you have one redundant. So if one fails, you've still got another 3. So you take the one that's failed out, you put a new one in, and it will rebuild itself again. If that makes sense. Hopefully anyway. But you can do, you know, a mirror image, or you can do 2 redundant. So if 2 drives fail, then you've got, you know, 2 backups. But the more you have redundant, the less space you will have. So we are going to go for, it's saying recommended RAID 5. Required hard disk at least 3, which we've got. Data protection, even if a single hard drive gets damaged, the data on that hard drive is restorable. Okay, so that's the one we're going to go for, the recommended. But so you could go for RAID 0, RAID 10. I'm not going to read them all out. JBOD, but JBOD is, I believe, it's continuous. So once one's filled up, it goes over to the next one, fills that one up, and so on and so on. RAID 1 and RAID 6. Like I said, I'm not going to read them all out. So RAID 5 for me is the one I'm going to recommend for you, because you might lose one hard drive, you might lose more than one, which would be very unfortunate, but you never know. And we're going to enable hard drive tests, because it can reduce the risk of losing your drive sooner rather than later. So we're going to leave that on. Right, file system is ext4 or BTRS. Now we're going to go for the top one, which is ext4. High performance and stability, supports large capacity storage. Now the other one, which is BTRFS, supports snap shooting, copying, assigning space quotas of shared folders, and advanced data integration protection. Sounds complicated. I think I've got that on my other NAS, but we're going to leave it on the first one. Storage pool, we've got storage pool 1 is the one we've just set up. Allocated is 10.8 terabytes. Should be enough for what we want. RAID 5, and we want to create. Right, tips. Now this is important. If you've got stuff already on the hard drives, this is going to delete them. So be careful. Make sure, I mean it's fine in my case because they're brand new drives, but make sure if you're using old hard drives, there's nothing on there you don't mind losing, because you will lose it. 1, 2, 3 and 4 added will be deleted. Do you want to continue? Yes. Please enter your password. Oh, now did I remember my password? No, I didn't, but luckily I saved it. Now it's creating. Now this may take a long time, it may not take a long time, we will see. So it's starting at 0, so I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to come back once it's finished, alright? It took approximately 7 to 8 hours to configure itself, which is about right actually when you think about it. Most NASes have to be very careful when doing their setup, because they have to make sure they do it right first time. Unlike Windows, yes, I'm talking about Windows operating system, sometimes you can get a bad install, and you may not find out for months that you've got a bad install. You can't afford that on a NAS. It has to be right first time, so don't expect it to be quick. It would be nice, but don't expect it. Now, I also done a speed test on how quick she can start up. And yeah, very pleased with that actually. It took just over a minute and 4 seconds I believe, something like that, from pressing the start button, which is fast, because my other NASes, and I have more than 2, they take longer than that. So very pleased with that. So I'm not only pleased with the actual pricing, it's probably one of the cheapest out on the market at the moment for the hardware and the software that you actually get with it, but I'm pleased with how quick she starts up. I'm also very pleased how quiet she is. I'm amazed how quiet it is. In fact, I did have to check a couple of times to make sure the fans were going, and they was. I thought, them fans running or what? Yeah, very pleased with that so far. Now I will quickly show you around the software. I'm not going to go through everything on there. I'm just going to give you a glance of all the software that's on there and, you know, tell you what I think of it. But we will do a upload speed test and a download speed test. Now this may vary depending on your connection. Now if you connect it straight to your PC and you're using a 10 gigabit connection, in theory it should be really fast. But if you're using a network switch or router, you will be restricted to that upload download speed. And also depending on your hardware as well, whether you're using M.2s as cache or not. So let me quickly show you around the software and then we'll do the speed test, alright? Software, now I've been playing about with it a little bit and I've done some uploads and downloads and we'll get to that in a bit. So files is where you store all your files. And by the way, let me go back again. You only have to click it once, not twice. Unlike Windows, you have to click everything twice, don't you? So we have a recycle bin and some software I've been playing about with, see how fast it uploads and downloads. You've got to do these things, haven't you? Yeah, so that works fine, no issue with that. We have personal folder, which is what I'm using at the moment, shared folder, nothing in there, and user folder, UGREEN home. Right, let's get out of there. Control panel, user management, a file service, device connection, shows you a bit more information there, and you can go on and on. Like I said, I didn't want to show you everything because it could take too long, and this video is going to be long enough as it is. App Center, we can download any apps that they have. So we have got cloud drives. Not sure why you want a cloud drives if you're going to be using a NAS for storing your own stuff, but you may need it as a backup. Home Assist, Virtual Machine, Task Manager, Universal Search, Control Panel, Jellyfin, DNO Music, Photos, Docker. I do like Docker. I might use it actually, Docker. Online Office files, latest versions, you can do updates and things like that. You can do installs or show all. Sync and backup. Now this would be ideal for, like I said earlier, you know, perhaps you want to back up your phone or something else, or even a PC. You want to back it all up so when it crashes, guaranteed sooner or later it will crash, you can say, oh, it's all right, I've got a copy here, I'll put that back on. Yeah. Download, security logs, storage, Cyan, no idea what that is, file version explorer, theatre, watching your movies and things like that, I'm guessing, Firefox, test edit support, Qubit torrent even. Right, so that's that. Now then, let's do a speed test because I want to see how fast you can upload and download. The uploads are not as fast as the downloads, and that is purely down to the read-write speeds. My computer has M.2s as the actual C drive, so it's easier for it to write really fast to that than it is to write to the Western Digital Reds who do not have that kind of speed. But it did perform very well. Now if you're going to upload to your cloud, this is how long it's going to take for the same size file. Over 3 hours for an upload. It's ridiculous. That's why you might want a NAS or even a UGREEN NAS. Now I know this video was a bit long and I am going to be making another video in the near future showing you how you can connect this or make this show up actually on your PC, and it's quite easy to do, so look out for a video on that. So with that, yeah, definitely gets my thumbs up. I am looking forward to playing about with this a bit more, and I will be putting all my software, all my videos, my music, all my personal photos will be going onto this NAS. Now that may take quite some time. I would have thought a few days perhaps, because there are some big files, so it would take some time. So with that in mind, if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, let me know in the comments, and also subscribe, click on the bell for notification and give this video the thumbs up, like I'm going to give this the thumbs up. Ding. Thank you very much for watching.